Let's talk about the stories we tell ourselves about money. Have you ever stopped to wonder why your financial situation is the way it is? What if I told you that much of what you believe about money is not really your own belief? It's something you've inherited, passed down from generation to generation, whispered by society and accepted without question. Have you ever paused to question the beliefs you carry about wealth, abundance, or even struggle? Take a moment and think. What did your parents or guardians say about money when you were growing up? Was it scarce? Was it something to be feared, hoarded, or chased endlessly? Did they tell you that money doesn't grow on trees? Or that rich people are greedy? Maybe you've heard that it's hard to make money or that only lucky people get ahead. If these stories sound familiar, then guess what? You might be carrying around beliefs about money that are limiting your ability to attract it. But here's the hook. The real question isn't just what you believe, but why you believe it. What stories have shaped your financial reality? What scripts have you unknowingly been living out? These scripts, these unconscious beliefs, can act like invisible barriers between you and the financial freedom you crave. The first step toward rewriting your financial destiny is simple but crucial. You need to identify those limiting beliefs. It all starts with awareness. Many of us never question these narratives. We accept them as truths because they were ingrained in us during our most formative years. But what if these stories aren't true? What if they are just someone else's fears, doubts, or misconceptions that we've adopted as our own? Let's dive deeper. Think about your first memory related to money. Was it watching someone struggle to pay bills? Maybe it was seeing a family member argue about not having enough, or perhaps it was something subtle, like being told not to ask for that extra toy at the store. These moments create imprints on our subconscious mind, and without realizing it, we begin to live out these experiences over and over again. What if I told you that identifying these stories can break the cycle? Imagine for a moment that the narrative you've been living isn't the only one available to you. Imagine what would happen if you replaced the thought, money is hard to come by, with money flows to me with ease. How would your life change? How would your decisions shift? You might be thinking, that sounds too simple, but here's the truth, our beliefs shape our reality. If you believe money is scarce, you'll likely act in ways that reinforce that scarcity. You'll avoid opportunities, shy away from taking risks, and continue to tell yourself that financial abundance is reserved for someone else. But what if you could flip the script? What if you could rewrite the story? Let me ask you, have you ever tried to challenge your beliefs about money? Have you sat down and asked yourself why you believe what you do? Or have you simply accepted these limitations as facts? This is where the real work begins. Here's a powerful exercise you can do right now. Grab a pen and paper and write down the first 5 thoughts that come to your mind when you think about money. Don't overthink it, just write what comes up. Now look at those statements. Do they reflect abundance, possibility, and openness? Or do they reflect fear, doubt, and limitation? Now ask yourself, where did these thoughts come from? Was it something you heard growing up? A comment from a friend, a teacher, or even a casual remark you overheard? Trace the origin of these beliefs. When you can pinpoint where they came from, you can start to see them for what they are, someone else's narrative, not yours. This awareness is the first step toward breaking free from those financial chains. By identifying your limiting beliefs, you take back control of your financial story. You stop letting unconscious patterns dictate your actions and start making choices that align with the abundant life you want to live. But the journey doesn't stop here. It's not enough to just recognize these limiting beliefs. You need to actively rewrite them. Every time you catch yourself thinking, "I'll never have enough money," Replace it with, I always have more than enough. When you hear that inner voice say, making money is hard, respond with, I attract wealth effortlessly. This process might feel unnatural at first, almost like you're lying to yourself. But remember this, your subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. It only knows what you keep telling it. And the more you tell it a new story, the more it will believe that story. Over time, these new beliefs will take root, and you'll start to notice changes in how you view money and in how it shows up in your life. So, ask yourself again, what is the story I'm telling myself about money? More importantly, is this the story I want to keep living? You have the power to change the narrative. You have the ability to rewrite the script and create a new relationship with money, one that is rooted in abundance, freedom, and possibility. This is just the beginning. As you uncover these limiting beliefs, you'll start to see them show up in all areas of your life, not just your finances. But with awareness comes power, and with power comes the ability to transform. What's your story? And are you ready to change it? Now that we've identified the stories holding you back, it's time to rewrite them. The second part of healing your relationship with money is all about reprogramming your mind. Think of your brain as a computer. It's been running old, outdated software that limits your ability to thrive financially. But what if you could upgrade that software? What if, instead of scarcity and struggle, your mind operated from a place of abundance and ease? Sounds powerful, right? Here's where affirmations and visualizations come in. You might have heard people talk about affirmations before, but let me ask you, have you really given them a try? Do you understand the true power behind them? Affirmations are not just feel-good phrases you throw around. They are a way to rewire your brain. Yes, rewire it. Let me explain how this works. Your brain is constantly making connections between your thoughts and your reality. When you repeatedly tell yourself, I'm not good with money, or I'll never get ahead, your brain reinforces those beliefs. It literally strengthens the neural pathways that keep you stuck in the same financial patterns. But here's the exciting part. You can change those pathways. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself, means that with new thoughts, you can form new beliefs. Imagine for a moment that you've been walking the same path in a forest every day. Over time, that path becomes worn and easy to follow, right? That's your brain right now. But if you start carving out a new path, at first, it's difficult, unfamiliar, and maybe even uncomfortable. Yet, the more you walk that new path, the clearer it becomes. Eventually, it becomes your default route, and the old path gets overgrown, forgotten. This is exactly what happens in your brain when you start using affirmations to create new beliefs about money. So, what kind of affirmations should you be using? Think about the beliefs you identified earlier. If your old belief is, money is hard to make, your new affirmation could be, money flows to me easily and effortlessly. If you've been telling yourself, I don't deserve to be wealthy, you can replace that with, I am worthy of financial abundance. You see, affirmations need to directly challenge the old stories. They need to be the exact opposite of those limiting beliefs. But here's the key. It's not enough to just say these affirmations once and expect a miracle. Reprogramming takes time, consistency, and most importantly, feeling. You have to feel these affirmations as if they were already true. When you say, I am abundant, feel what it would be like to live in that abundance. Visualize yourself surrounded by financial security, freedom, and ease. What would it look like? What would it feel like? Can you see yourself opening your bank account and feeling proud and at peace, rather than stressed or anxious? Visualization is a powerful tool because it engages your mind on a deeper level. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined scenario and reality. When you repeatedly visualize yourself experiencing financial abundance, your brain begins to accept it as real. You start to act in ways that align with this new belief. Suddenly, you're more confident, more open to opportunities, and more likely to make decisions that lead to prosperity. Let me ask you, what would your life look like if you truly believed that money was not a source of stress, but of joy? Can you picture yourself living in a state of financial ease? Take a moment right now. Close your eyes and see yourself waking up in the morning knowing that you are financially free. Picture yourself doing work that you love without the constant pressure of money weighing on you. See yourself giving generously to causes that matter to you, or maybe traveling to places you've always dreamed of visiting. Feel the lightness, the freedom. This is what reprogramming looks like. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds nice, but does it really work? Let me tell you this. People have transformed their financial realities by using these tools. It's not magic, but it is science. The more you repeat these positive affirmations and visualize the life you want, the more your brain starts to shift. You'll notice your habits change. You'll start making different choices, ones that align with abundance, not scarcity. You'll take actions that you wouldn't have considered before because now you're operating from a place of belief in your own worthiness. But here's the catch. This process requires commitment. Just like going to the gym to build muscle, reprogramming your mind takes daily effort. Are you willing to make that commitment to yourself? To your financial future? If so, I challenge you to a 30-day affirmation and visualization practice. Every morning, before you even check your phone or start your day, spend just 10 minutes repeating affirmations and visualizing your life of abundance. Write your affirmations down, speak them out loud, and feel them in your body as if they are already true. Then close your eyes and see your future self, financially free, empowered, and thriving. During these 30 days, pay attention to how your thoughts, actions, and even opportunities begin to shift. You might notice small changes at first, like feeling less anxious about money or being more open to conversations about finances. Maybe you'll find that opportunities for financial growth start appearing in unexpected ways. This is the power of reprogramming. It's subtle, but it's powerful. Let me ask you, what do you have to lose by trying this? If the old stories about money have kept you stuck, why not give yourself permission to explore a new narrative? A narrative where you are the creator of your financial destiny, not a victim of circumstance. A narrative where abundance is not just possible but inevitable. So, are you ready to reprogram your mind? Are you ready to step into a new relationship with money, one that is based on empowerment, possibility, and freedom? The only thing standing between you and financial abundance is the story you keep telling yourself. And now, you have the tools to change that story. Every thought you think is a seed. What seeds are you planting in the garden of your mind? Will they grow into scarcity or abundance? The choice is yours. And remember, with every new thought, you are carving out that new path in the forest of your mind. Keep walking it. Keep believing in your own power to create the financial life you deserve. Let's shift gears now and talk about something that might be a little uncomfortable, but it's critical if you want to transform your financial reality. Specifically, the fear of facing your finances head-on. Have you ever avoided opening a bill or checking your bank account because you were afraid of what you'd see? Or maybe you've put off looking at your spending habits because deep down, you feel overwhelmed and ashamed? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many people feel stuck in their financial lives because they're afraid to confront the truth. But here's the reality: ignoring your finances doesn't make the fear go away. In fact, it makes it grow. The longer you avoid looking at where you are financially, the more control that fear has over you. And when fear is in control, it stops you from taking the actions necessary to change your situation. So, how do you break free from this cycle of fear? The answer lies in one simple yet powerful concept: financial self-awareness. You need to understand exactly where you are right now, no matter how uncomfortable it feels. When you shine a light on your finances, something amazing happens. You take your power back. The unknown becomes known, and with that knowledge comes confidence. You start to realize that your financial situation, no matter how challenging, is something you can change. Think about it this way: if you were navigating through a storm, wouldn't you want a map to guide you? Your financial awareness is that map. Without it, you're just drifting, hoping that somehow you'll end up where you want to be. But with it, you have the clarity and the confidence to steer your way through the storm and reach your destination. Here's the thing: many people think that if they avoid their finances, they'll avoid the stress that comes with it. But that's not true, is it? In fact, the opposite happens. When you ignore your money, the stress builds. It's that constant nagging feeling in the back of your mind. The uncertainty, the anxiety, it grows. But when you take the courageous step to look at your finances closely, something shifts. You realize that the monster you've been avoiding is not as big as you thought it was. And even if it is, you now have a clear plan to tackle it. So, how do you start gaining financial self-awareness? It begins with taking a good, hard look at your income, expenses, debts, and savings. You need to create what I like to call a financial snapshot. This is simply a clear, honest picture of where your money is going and where it's coming from. It's time to stop guessing and start knowing. Let's do a quick exercise. Grab a piece of paper, or better yet, a notebook that you can dedicate to this process. Write down every source of income you have, no matter how big or small. Then, list every expense. Everything from rent or mortgage payments to that daily cup of coffee. Be thorough. This isn't about judging yourself or feeling guilty. It's about gathering information. Think of it as detective work. You're uncovering the clues that will help you solve the mystery of your finances. Now, once you've listed your income and expenses, take a moment to look at the numbers. How do they make you feel? Do you feel a sense of control, or does it feel overwhelming? Whatever emotions come up, let them surface. It's normal to feel a mix of things when you first confront your financial reality. But remember, you're not doing this to feel bad, you're doing this to empower yourself. Here's the next step. Categorize your expenses. Start separating them into two groups: needs and wants. Your needs are things like housing, utilities, groceries, and any essential payments that keep your life running. Your wants are everything else, those little or big luxuries that make life enjoyable but aren't necessary for survival. Don't get me wrong, wants are important too. But by separating them, you can begin to see where your money is truly going and where you might be able to make adjustments. Now that you have a clearer picture of your spending, let's talk about your debt. Debt can be a huge source of fear for many people, and it's easy to feel trapped when you owe money. But here's the thing: avoiding your debt doesn't make it go away. Facing it head-on is the only way to take control of it. List out all of your debts: credit cards, loans, medical bills, everything. Write down the total amount you owe, the interest rates, and your minimum payments. It might feel scary at first to see it all laid out, but this is the beginning of your freedom. Because now, you have clarity. You know exactly what you're dealing with, And that's incredibly powerful. Let me ask you, how does it feel to have all of this written down? You might feel a mix of emotions, but here's what's important. You're no longer in the dark. You've taken a huge step toward financial freedom just by creating this snapshot of your finances. This awareness is the foundation for everything that comes next. Once you have this awareness, the fear starts to diminish. Because when you understand your finances, you can start making empowered decisions. You can begin to create a plan. And when you have a plan, the anxiety that comes from uncertainty begins to melt away. You no longer feel like you're being dragged along by your financial situation. You're in control. Imagine how different your life could be if, instead of feeling stressed about money, you felt confident. What if you knew exactly where every dollar was going and had a clear strategy for getting out of debt, saving for the future, and enjoying your life along the way? This is the power of financial self-awareness. It puts you in the driver's seat of your financial life. Let me ask you something. What's stopping you from taking this step? Is it the fear of what you might find? Or maybe it's the belief that no matter what you do, it won't make a difference. Here's the truth. Facing your finances, no matter how daunting, is the most empowering thing you can do for your financial future. The act of looking at your numbers, understanding them, and making a plan is how you begin to take control of your life. It's how you move from surviving to thriving. So, what's your next step? Once you've created your financial snapshot, it's time to start making intentional choices. Start by identifying one small change you can make today, whether it's cutting back on unnecessary expenses, setting up a savings plan, or tackling a high-interest debt first. You don't have to overhaul your entire financial life overnight. But by taking consistent, small steps, you'll begin to see progress. And that progress will build momentum, leading you to a place of confidence, clarity, and financial freedom. Remember, this is not about perfection. It's about progress. Each step you take toward financial self-awareness is a step toward empowerment. So, take a deep breath and commit to facing your finances with courage and curiosity. Because the truth is, when you fully understand your money, you can fully understand your potential. And that's where real transformation begins. What will you discover when you take a closer look at your finances? And more importantly, what will you do with that newfound awareness? The choice is yours. Now that you've gained clarity on your financial situation, let's take it a step further and talk about something that can feel almost mystical: the flow of money. But here's the truth. Money is energy. Yes, energy. Just like any form of energy in the universe, it needs to move, to circulate, in order to grow. Yet, so many of us hold on to money with a tight grip, afraid to let it go. We operate from a place of fear, thinking that if we spend or give too much, we'll never have enough. But here's the paradox. When we hold on to money too tightly, we actually block the flow of prosperity. Let me ask you, how do you view money right now? Is it something that slips through your fingers no matter how hard you try to hold on? Or do you hoard it, afraid to spend even on things that bring you joy, in case it disappears and never comes back? Both of these mentalities can create stagnation in your financial life. It's like trying to keep water from flowing. If you try to contain it, eventually it gets stagnant, murky, and lifeless. But when you allow it to move, it stays fresh, nourishing everything in its path. So, let's dive deeper into this idea of money as energy. Think about it. Money flows in and out of your life every day. You earn it, you spend it, you save it, and sometimes you lose it. But here's what's important. How you handle that flow directly impacts how much prosperity you allow into your life. When you approach money from a place of fear, Believing that there's never enough, you create a dam in the flow. That fear blocks abundance from coming your way because you're operating from a scarcity mindset. On the other hand, when you view money as a tool, as energy that's meant to flow in and out freely, something magical happens. You become a magnet for prosperity. You begin to trust that money will come back to you, multiplied, because you're no longer operating from fear. You're allowing yourself to participate in the natural circulation of abundance. Let me ask you, how often do you find yourself making decisions about money based on fear? Do you hesitate before spending on things that genuinely bring you joy or invest in opportunities that could grow your wealth? If so, it's time to reframe your relationship with spending. The key here is intentional spending. It's not about reckless or impulsive purchases, it's about consciously deciding where your money goes, aligning it with your values, and trusting that when you spend with purpose, more will come back to you. Let's think about this for a moment. When you invest in yourself, whether it's through education, self-care, or experiences that enhance your life, you are telling the universe, I believe I am worthy of abundance. You are opening up the flow of money by showing that you trust in your ability to generate more wealth. This doesn't mean spending frivolously, it means spending wisely and with intention. The difference between wasteful spending and intentional spending is huge. One drains your energy, while the other replenishes it. Imagine what it would feel like to spend money on something you truly value without guilt or fear. What would it be like to invest in yourself, knowing that you're contributing to your own growth and happiness? Picture yourself spending from a place of confidence rather than scarcity. This is what it means to unlock the flow of prosperity. But let's take this a step further. How are you giving back? Remember, money is energy, and energy is meant to circulate. When we give, whether it's donating to a cause we care about, helping someone in need, or simply paying for someone's coffee, we activate that circulation. Giving creates space for more to come in. It sends a message to the universe that we are in a state of abundance, that we believe in the endless flow of wealth, and that we are not afraid to let go. Let me ask you, when was the last time you gave something not out of obligation, but out of a genuine desire to share your abundance? How did it feel? Giving doesn't always have to be about money. It could be your time, your knowledge, your resources. The key is to give freely, without expectation of anything in return. And here's the beauty of it. When you give without strings attached, you create a vacuum that allows even more prosperity to flow back to you. There's a powerful principle in many spiritual traditions called the law of reciprocity. Simply put, it means that whatever you give, you receive back, often tenfold. Think about that for a moment. Imagine if every dollar you gave or spent with joy and purpose came back to you multiplied. How would that change the way you interact with money? Here's an exercise for you, one that will shift your perspective on both spending and giving. The next time you make a purchase, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, am I spending from a place of fear or trust? If you find that fear is driving the decision, take a step back. Reframe your mindset. Tell yourself, I trust that this money will come back to me in ways I cannot even imagine. Feel the freedom that comes with that trust. Feel the energy shift. Next, try this with giving. Choose a cause, a person, or a situation where you can give, whether it's money, time, or resources. Give from a place of abundance. As you do, tell yourself, I give freely, knowing that there is always more where this came from. Feel the joy of sharing your abundance. Notice how this shifts your relationship with money. Now, you might be wondering, how does all of this create more wealth in my life? The answer lies in your energy. When you release fear, when you trust in the flow of money, you raise your vibrational frequency. And when you operate at a higher frequency, you attract more of what you desire. You become aligned with the energy of abundance. Opportunities begin to present themselves. New streams of income open up. Money finds its way to you in ways you couldn't have planned or predicted. But this isn't just about manifesting more money. It's about living in alignment with the flow of life itself. It's about understanding that prosperity isn't just a number in your bank account. It's a state of being. When you live in the flow, you feel abundant in every area of your life. Your relationships, your health, your happiness. Money is just one aspect of that abundance. So, let me ask you, are you ready to unlock the flow of prosperity in your life? Are you ready to shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance? This isn't just about changing your finances, it's about changing your energy, your mindset, and your life. As you move forward, remember that money is meant to move. It's meant to be used as a tool, a resource, and a way to create more joy and freedom in your life. When you embrace that, when you trust in the flow, you open the door to endless possibilities. The flow of prosperity is always available to you. Are you ready to tap into it? Now, let's turn our attention to the final, and perhaps the most powerful aspect of transforming your relationship with money: spiritual practices. If you've made it this far, it's clear you're not just looking to change your finances, you're looking for something deeper, something that will create lasting change from the inside out. And that's exactly what spiritual practices can offer. Let me ask you something. Have you ever considered that your relationship with money is just as spiritual as any other area of your life? What if money isn't just a physical or material thing, but also a reflection of your energy, your mindset, and even your connection to the universe? When you start to view money through a spiritual lens, everything changes. It's no longer just about numbers in a bank account. It becomes about the flow of energy, about gratitude, trust, and alignment. One of the most profound ways to heal and attract prosperity is through the practice of gratitude. I know, gratitude might sound simple, even cliché, but let me ask you, how often do you really stop and feel grateful for the money that you already have, no matter how much or how little? How often do you pause and appreciate the abundance that exists in your life, even beyond the financial aspect? Gratitude is a powerful frequency that aligns you with abundance. When you are truly grateful for what you have, you send out a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive more. Let's take a moment right now. Think about the money you have in your life. It could be a steady income, an unexpected gift, or even just enough to get by. Now, instead of focusing on what's missing, take a deep breath and feel genuine appreciation for what you do have. Feel the gratitude for the roof over your head, the food on your table, the small luxuries you enjoy. This isn't just a mental exercise. It's a spiritual practice that shifts your energy. Gratitude opens the door to more abundance because it tells the universe, I am already abundant, and I am ready for more. But gratitude is just one piece of the puzzle. There's another practice that can radically shift your relationship with money: giving. Now, before you think, wait, I'm trying to attract more money, not give it away. Hear me out. Giving is one of the most powerful ways to align yourself with the energy of prosperity. When you give freely, whether it's money, time, or resources, you are operating from a place of abundance. You are telling the universe, I have enough, and I trust that more will come. And here's the magical part. When you give from a place of joy and abundance, it creates space for more to flow back into your life. Think of it like this. If you hold on to everything you have with a tight fist, nothing new can come in. But when you give, you open your hand, and in that openness, you create room for even more to come. It's the law of reciprocity. The more you give, the more you receive. This doesn't mean giving recklessly or beyond your means. It means giving with intention, with purpose, and with the understanding that what you put out into the world will return to you in ways you can't even imagine. Let me ask you, what would it feel like to give from a place of trust rather than fear? What if, instead of worrying about whether you'll have enough, you gave knowing that the universe will always provide? What would it feel like to make generosity a regular part of your financial practice? Giving can be one of the most liberating acts because it frees you from the scarcity mindset. It allows you to tap into the flow of prosperity, knowing that as you give, you are also receiving. But here's the key: giving doesn't just have to be about money. Yes, financial donations are powerful, but you can also give your time, your energy, your love. You can share your knowledge, your skills, and your resources. Every time you give, you contribute to the flow of abundance. You become part of something larger than yourself, something that extends far beyond your own financial reality. Now, let's talk about another spiritual practice that can transform your relationship with money: meditation. I'm not talking about complicated rituals or long hours of silence. Just a few moments each day where you quiet your mind and align with the energy of abundance. Meditation allows you to tap into a higher frequency, one that transcends the worries, fears, and limitations of the physical world. When you meditate on abundance, you connect with the infinite possibilities that exist in the universe. Imagine yourself sitting in stillness, focusing on your breath. As you breathe in, you visualize abundance flowing into your life. As you exhale, you release any doubts, fears, or limiting beliefs about money. With each breath, you allow yourself to feel more aligned with the energy of prosperity. In this state, you can start to visualize your financial future, one where you are free from worry, where you attract wealth with ease, and where money flows to you effortlessly. But here's the thing: meditation isn't just about visualizing what you want. It's about creating a space of openness, where you can receive intuitive guidance from the universe. When you quiet your mind and connect with your inner self, you may start to receive insights, ideas, or nudges about actions you can take to improve your financial situation. Meditation helps you tap into your higher wisdom, the part of you that already knows how to create wealth and abundance. Let me ask you, when was the last time you truly sat in stillness and asked for guidance about your financial life? Have you ever taken a moment to quiet your mind and listen for the answers that come from within? This practice can be life-changing because it connects you to a deeper source of wisdom, one that transcends the practical, day-to-day worries about money. And here's one more spiritual practice that can make a profound difference: affirmations. We touched on this earlier, but let's dive deeper. Affirmations are powerful because they shape your beliefs, and your beliefs shape your reality. What you tell yourself about money, consciously or unconsciously, creates the financial world you live in. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'll never have enough," or "money is hard to come by," you reinforce those beliefs. But when you start using affirmations like, "I am a magnet for abundance," or "money flows to me easily and effortlessly," you begin to reprogram your mind for prosperity. But here's the secret: affirmations are most powerful when you combine them with emotion and belief. It's not enough to simply say the words, you need to feel them. When you say, "I am abundant," feel what it would be like to actually live in abundance. Feel the joy, the freedom, the ease. The more you can connect with the emotion behind the affirmation, the more powerfully it will manifest in your life. Let me ask you, what affirmations are you telling yourself right now? Are they affirmations of abundance or scarcity? And how would your life change if you started affirming your worthiness to receive wealth, prosperity, and financial freedom every single day? Spiritual practices are about more than just rituals. They are about creating a deeper alignment with the energy of abundance. Whether it's through gratitude, giving, meditation, or affirmations, these practices help you connect with the flow of prosperity in a way that feels effortless and natural. They remind you that money is not just a physical resource, it is an energetic exchange, a reflection of your alignment with the universe. So, let me ask you, are you ready to integrate these spiritual practices into your financial life? Are you ready to approach money not just as something to be earned or saved, but as a reflection of your inner world? Because when you align your energy with abundance, everything changes. You stop chasing money and instead, you attract it. You stop worrying about whether you'll have enough, and you start trusting that the universe will always provide. The journey to healing your relationship with money is as much a spiritual journey as it is a financial one. And when you bring these spiritual practices into your daily life, you open yourself up to a level of prosperity that goes beyond just dollars and cents. You begin to live in the flow of abundance, where money becomes a tool for freedom, joy, and purpose. What will you do today to start living in alignment with the flow of prosperity? As we come to the close of this journey, let's pause for a moment and reflect on everything we've explored together. You've taken the first steps to transform your relationship with money, not just by learning new concepts, but by starting to embody them. You've delved into the stories you've been telling yourself, rewired your thinking, embraced financial self-awareness, unlocked the flow of prosperity, and grounded it all in spiritual practices that connect you to something far greater than the material world. But here's the most important thing you need to take away from this entire journey. You are in control. Your financial reality is not dictated by external circumstances, by the economy, or by what you were taught growing up. It's shaped by you, by your beliefs, your mindset, your actions, and your energy. Think about that for a moment. Everything you need to create wealth, to attract abundance, to live in prosperity, it's already within you. You are the creator of your financial destiny, and the key to unlocking that destiny lies in the choices you make every single day. Now, I want you to ask yourself, what kind of relationship with money do I want to have? Do you want one filled with fear, worry, and scarcity? Or do you want a relationship grounded in abundance, trust, and freedom? The choice is yours, and it all begins with the way you think about money, the stories you choose to tell yourself, and the actions you take to bring those new beliefs to life. This isn't about becoming a millionaire overnight or chasing after material wealth just for the sake of it. True prosperity isn't about how much money you have. It's about how you feel about the money you have. It's about living in a state of flow, where you trust that there will always be more than enough, and where you use money as a tool to create the life you want, rather than letting it control you. And here's the real secret to lasting abundance. It's about alignment. When your mindset, your energy, and your actions are aligned with the principles of abundance, you will naturally attract more wealth into your life. When you stop operating from fear and start operating from trust, you open the door to possibilities you never even imagined. But alignment isn't something that happens overnight. It's a practice, a journey. It's about showing up every day, choosing to rewrite the stories that no longer serve you, and actively cultivating a mindset of abundance. It's about creating habits that support your financial growth, surrounding yourself with people who uplift and inspire you, and staying open to the opportunities that are always around you, even when they seem hidden. And don't forget, this is not just a financial journey. It's a spiritual one. Money is energy, and just like any other energy in your life, It responds to the frequency you emit. When you operate from a place of gratitude, trust, and generosity, you naturally raise your frequency. You attract more of what you want, and you start to experience abundance not just in your bank account but in every area of your life. Let me ask you something. How would your life change if you fully embraced the belief that you are worthy of financial abundance? If you truly believed that money could flow to you with ease, that you could attract wealth simply by aligning your energy with it? Take a moment to really let that sink in. Imagine living in a state where money is no longer a source of stress or fear but a source of joy, freedom, and possibility. Imagine waking up each day knowing that you are in control of your financial future, that you have the power to create wealth in a way that feels aligned with your values, your passions, and your purpose. It's all possible, but it starts with you. It starts with the choices you make every day, the thoughts you allow yourself to dwell on, and the actions you take to bring your financial goals to life. No more excuses, no more waiting for the right time, no more letting fear dictate your financial future. Remember, money is not inherently good or bad. It's a tool. And like any tool, it can be used to build or destroy. The question is, what are you going to build with it? Will you use it to create a life of meaning, purpose, and joy? Will you use it to uplift others, to contribute to causes you believe in, to create freedom not just for yourself but for those around you? Or will you let it become a source of stress and worry, something that controls you rather than something you control? The truth is, money is neutral. It's your relationship with it that determines its impact on your life. So, what kind of relationship do you want to have? One that's filled with fear and anxiety? Or one that's filled with trust, gratitude, and flow? You've already taken the first steps. You've learned to identify your limiting beliefs, to reprogram your mind with affirmations and visualizations, to face your finances with courage and clarity, to embrace the flow of prosperity, and to ground it all in spiritual practices that keep you aligned with abundance. Now, it's time to take those teachings and put them into action. Because knowledge alone isn't enough. It's what you do with that knowledge that matters. You can understand everything there is to know about money, but if you don't take action, if you don't make changes in the way you think, the way you spend, the way you save, and the way you give, you'll stay stuck in the same patterns. So, here's my challenge to you. Commit to this journey. Commit to showing up for yourself every day. Commit to rewriting your financial story, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it challenges everything you thought you knew about money. Commit to living in alignment with abundance, to making choices that support your financial growth, and to trusting that the universe is always working in your favor. Because it is. The universe is abundant, and it's always ready to provide for you. But you have to be open to receiving it. You have to believe that you are worthy of that abundance. And most importantly, you have to take action to align yourself with it. So, what's the next step on your journey? Is it committing to a daily practice of affirmations? Is it creating a budget that reflects your true priorities? Is it giving more freely, trusting that what you give will come back to you multiplied? Whatever it is, take that step today. Don't wait for the perfect time, because the perfect time is now. This is your life. This is your financial reality. And you have the power to shape it into whatever you want it to be. So, take the reins. Step into your power. And start living the life of abundance, prosperity, and freedom that you were always meant to live. The journey is just beginning, and the possibilities are endless. It's time to rise up, to trust in your power, and to claim the abundance that is already yours. You are worthy of it. You are capable of it. And now it's time to live it.